Hi there, this is Ranjit from tech2buzz.com, and in this video we are going to do the unboxing for this new Android phone by Wickedleak called the Wammy Titan. And this Android phone sports a massive 5.5-inch screen. And if we look at the specs, as you can see, it sports a 5.5-inch screen, and it's supposed to have IPS grade screen, and it sports a 1.2 gigahertz dual core processor. But the good thing is that the phone has 1 GB of RAM. In budget Android phones, we have seen just 512 MB of RAM, but this one has 1 GB of RAM. Again, it's a dual SIM phone, so SIM is 2G, second is 3G. It has an 8 megapixel rear facing camera, 2 megapixel front facing, and here the battery it states is 2500 milliampere, but that's wrong because the battery on this is a 2800 milliampere. And I actually did open the box earlier to just make sure the contents were right, because this phone gets shipped via courier, and you can go to their site called wickedleak.org for more info. This is the phone itself. I added the battery earlier, and if you look at, we also get this nice case, as you can see, and this is with a back cover here, so we can replace this back cover and use this one, and it will cover the phone. And we also have simple instructions, and we also get a screen guard, so that's nice. And like this, we can remove the guard and it can cover the phone. I'll talk about it a bit later. I already added the battery, I'll show you that. We also get a normal USB to micro USB cable for charging and syncing. We also get this earphones. Let me open this one. And let's look at the type of earphones they provided. And these are in-ear style, and it looks pretty cheap, but we do have this for taking and ending calls. And we also have a microphone, and we have the USB style charger. But again, the pins are not Indian standard pins, so that's a little bit disappointing. So you might need to use an adapter. So that's for the boxing. I'll keep it to the side, and let's look at the phone itself. And as you can see, it's a massive phone. And if I bring my Galaxy Nexus, this has a 4.65-inch screen, and this is a huge. And first impression, it looks like the Galaxy Note 2. And if you can see, let me open the back cover. We have an indent over here, and the rear camera is supposed to be 8 megapixel. We have the LED flash. And as you can see, we have this massive battery. That's a 2800 milliampere battery. And it just says Android over here. No branding, just Android. And it's a 2800 milliampere battery. And we have two SIM cards, as I said. One is 3G, one is normal 2G. And we can also add a micro SD card. I added an 8 GB micro SD card to this one. So let's put back the back cover. And on the back it says Android, and we also have the Wickedleak logo. And the back cover fits snugly, and I have to say no creaking noise or anything like that. And let's boot the phone. We have the on off button over here, and we get an Android logo. By the time it boots, I'll give you a physical overview. On the top, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. We also have a secondary microphone over here, so that's nice. Power button. You have a micro USB slot over here. We have another mic here. And on this end, we have the small volume rocker. It's still booting, and it booted pretty quickly, I would say. And first impressions, the screen quality looks amazing on this phone. And again, it has a live wallpaper, as you can see. Looks pretty nice. Again, looks very similar to the Samsung TouchWiz UI, I would say. And let me get out. I actually added my SIM card, as I told earlier, and I've set up the phone. Again, the app tray also looks very similar to Samsung TouchWiz. And the good thing about this phone is it supports a 1.2 gigahertz dual core processor. And let's look at the Android version that we get with this phone. Again, even this tray is very similar to Samsung TouchWiz if you notice. And let's go to about the phone, and as you can see, it runs on the Android version 4.1.1, that is Jelly Bean, so that's great. And let's also look at the display. Let's see if it has auto brightness setting. Let's go to the brightness, and yes, it does support the auto brightness setting, so that's nice. And also let's look at the storage. Again, they have provided an option to use the write disk as SD card or phone storage. The internal storage is just 500 MB, but as I told, I added a micro SD card that's 8 GB that's available here, and we also have an additional storage of 1.8 GB. So I would say storage will not be a problem because you can use some micro SD card and you can set the default write to the micro SD card. So that's nice, and the phone looks pretty snappy. As you can see, I actually also enabled my Wi-Fi connection on this one, so it's connected. And as you can see, we are we get this quick toggles here from which you can quickly toggle, so that's nice. And I got a couple of messages. This is the messaging app, as you can see, and as you can see, got a few SMSs. And let's fire up the web browser, and let's go to Google by default. Let's go to Google. Again, typing is really easy on the phone. Let me lower the brightness a little bit. Again, typing is really easy on the phone because of the huge keyboard. Let's go to tech2buzz.com. Yeah, it's there. Oops. Let's go to my YouTube channel, not YouTube. I just want to go to Tech2Buzz. And also, as this phone has 4.1, I'm hoping that this will have Google Now. And as you can see, it loaded the site pretty quickly, and the pinch to zoom gesture is also very smooth. So Wickedleak did a good job of optimization, and as you can see, even the scrolling is pretty nice. Let's try to play back one of the videos. For example, let's play back the Cyanogen 10 ROM video that we have, and let's change the orientation. Oops, I hit the back button by mistake. So this is a YouTube video that's embedded on this web page, and let's see if it can play it back. Let me.
Hi there, this is from Tech2Buzz.com, and this weekend I was just feeling a bit.
And as you can see, it can play back the video without any issues. Let me lower the volume and get back. So again, it looks great even for web browsing. Feels nice and snappy. And again, it's again very similar to the Samsung phones. We have this home button at the center and the two touch type capacitive buttons. This is the menu and this is the back. And if we hold this home button, we get the ICS style multitasking tray, and we can swipe away the app to kill it. And let's also look at they haven't added a lot of apps, so that's a nice thing by default. So it looks like a decent Android phone. This phone is sold online at wickedleak.org, and at the time of shooting this video, the price is rupees 13,000. So if you have any particular questions regarding this phone, do let me know in the YouTube comments. I'll try to include them in the review. Also, the rear facing camera is a 8 megapixel and the front facing camera is also 2 megapixels. So I'll be also testing that in my full review. And I'll also be doing the standard benchmarks like quadrant, AT&T, etc. But if you again have some other specific questions regarding this phone that you would like me to include in the review, do let me know in the comment section. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. This is Ranjit from tech2buzz.com, and I hope to see you in my next video.